We need to get in these short, like these 3rd and 3s, 3rd and 4s. That way, especially for Astro, Jonathan Taylor can be a threat.
Wow.
Oh,
As who
a dangerous kick return here. Dangerous punt return. The punter gets picked
save
up.
us some more. Save us
He's
some more.
going. The distance. That's a touchdown. Special teams touchdown for the Bucs. And that is exactly what they needed right now.
That was the big momentum-changing game in the Super Bowl for Steady with that punt return to take a lead. He would build upon that lead, and while Astro had a valiant effort to come back, he fell a little bit short, and year one saw the Buccaneers over the Bills 34-28 to hoist that Lombardi trophy. So we've slammed the door on season one, and now everyone is looking forward to season two. We have the draft tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern. Who's going to go number one? I guarantee you it's a quarterback. And we've had a ton of trades. We'll get to those in a little bit here. Some of these have just been absolutely crazy. Free agency is in full effect. A lot of money going out to maybe some mid players. People are giving a lot of shit for some of these contracts that are being handed out. But on top of that, there's been a lot of content being created throughout the league. Zay went ahead and for all 32 teams, he went out there and wrote his opinion on what these teams need to do to improve their roster in the off season. Let's go ahead and read what he writes about our Jets. The Jets traded away Aaron Rodgers and Zach Wilson last season, playing God knows who at quarterback last year. Teddy Two Gloves for the most part, to be honest with you. With this, the Jets are in dire need of pretty much everything besides corner, but more specifically a quarterback. With pick 7, the Jets are in prime position to get their guy of the future at QB this year. Now, this is 100% spot on. I would even argue that we probably do need a little bit more help at corner because we have Sauce, but that's about it. That being said, this was wrote before we made our free agency splash and we signed Super Bowl winning quarterback Baker Mayfield. We have given him the keys to the franchise. So a quarterback at number 7 is not a guarantee. Survivor Season 4 champion Junk has created his low-effort mock draft. I think we have some mind games going on here. He has the Cardinals taking Tyquan Carter at number 1. That is not a quarterback. I don't think there's any way that Bulldog is not going to take a quarterback, but I could be wrong. I think Junk is wishing that he doesn't, so then there's a chance that he gets one or two of the guys that he wants. As you can see here, he's going to take Grant Carlisle if he's still there. So maybe he's hoping and praying that Grant Carlisle does not get picked at 1 or 2. Down here for the Jets, he thinks that since we've already taken Baker, maybe we'll go for a receiver. I can tell you right now, if we stay at 7, not happening. And your Super Bowl winning champion, Steady, has created his first-round QB rankings. He has Tucker Phillips out of Washington being the number 1 overall quarterback in this year's draft. We'll show you the draft class on the game here in just a second, but he thinks he's a great athlete and could be your number 1. Now, he does mention Grant Carlisle in his write-up here, and as we remember, that's the one who Junk is going for, so we'll see what shakes out. The thing that I loved here is the backstory on Shane Blaylock, a 0-star prospect who got overlooked by everyone out of high school. So this is a quarterback that's got a chip on his shoulder. And I'm going to tell you right now, I do have a later pick in the first round as well. If he is still around, I may take a flyer on Shane Blaylock. I love a player with a chip on his shoulder. Now, Madden's number 4 mock draft does have Tyquan Carter as the number 1 overall player in this year's draft class. I just don't see Bulldog taking them with a need at quarterback with that number 1 overall pick. Who knows? Maybe he's going to move back. Now, I don't actually have this guy scouted, which is unfortunate because I also need an edge rusher, but we do have him 50% scouted. Nothing's really dropping off the page at me. I mean, 4.77 at 274 is pretty good speed. You can see it's not elite there. He's not even in the top 15. He is in the top 10 in bench press, so 34 reps. So he's pretty strong and pretty fast. But to me, he kind of just looks like an overall good player, but nothing crazy. Not like a Jadeveon Clowney type of combine or anything like that. But it'll be interesting to see where he goes. Let's go ahead and check out why Madden and Steady both have Tucker Phillips out of Washington as the number 1 quarterback in this year's draft. 4.49 40, that's the second fastest. Sub 4.5 is pretty good. He's got a great vertical leap. the best 20-yard shuttle, the best 3-cone drill, pretty strong as well at 21 reps from a quarterback standpoint. Look at his ratings. Elite, great, great, elite, elite, great, elite. Looks like this kid may be able to do everything that you want in a quarterback. So Tucker Phillips is looking like a bona fide future Hall of Famer. Madden might be smoking that crack. They have Grant Carlisle falling to me at number 19. A little trade we made with the Giants to get a second first-round pick. That's not happening. Here's the breakdown of him. 4.4 340. That is the fastest time for a quarterback this year. 4.4 is moving at any position, let alone quarterback. But if you look here, he's got good throw power and elite speed, and that's really all that a lot of people in Madden care about. Trades aplenty here in this offseason. Nothing crazier than the Bengals sending X-Factor franchise QB Joe Burrow to the Vikings for the 6th overall pick this year, a future first-round pick next year, a future first-round pick 2 years from now, left tackle Christian Darrisaw. It's probably Darrisaw, you idiot. And then free safety Lewis Klein. So he gets two young starters, 3 picks, but he does lose a franchise quarterback in Joey B. The two teams that share the same stadium, the New York Football Giants and the New York Football Jets, made a trade. I traded away star receiver Garrett Wilson, and in exchange, I got the 19th pick in the first round this year, Azeez, a much-needed outside linebacker, and Jalen Hyatt. Personally, I don't value star receivers nearly as much as probably almost everyone else in this league. I suck at throwing the ball. I don't throw the ball down the field that much. So I personally feel like I won this trade hands down. Jumper and the Colts have a lot of money. He's looking to win right now. He's trading away the 8th pick in the first and second round this season, along with star and pay. And in return, he is getting edge rusher Max Crosby, one of the best pass rushers in the game. I could go over every single trade, but there's been too many. There's been a lot of blockbuster trades. The great thing about this league is even if some of these trades don't seem to make sense, this league has been around for years. These guys are established. They know how to run their team. They know what they want to do with their teams. And even if they ruin their rosters, they still play and they'll be back next season. Now, I do want to send one shout out to Zay. He reached out to me and he wanted to send me Keenan Allen for the 7th overall pick. He thought that was a fair trade. I told him I just didn't really see the value adding up there. And then he settled on sending Allen for a 3rd round pick. Nice try, Zay. He's going to sit back and laugh at some of these free agency deals that some of these coaches are handing out because season 1, there were so many guys struggling and scrambling to make cap room. They were trading away stars, cutting players so that they would have a lot of money in free agency or just some money to re-sign some of their players. Well, it seems like that logic went out the window with some of these contracts. Mecole Hardman, who I believe is 26, maybe now 27, 4 years, $72 million. That's going to be about $18 million per year for Mecole Hardman. Now, don't get me wrong. I liked Mecole Hardman. I really did. I think I offered him nowhere near that. He didn't re-sign with me, but hey, Hardman gets paid. The Vikings were not done there, giving cornerback Isaiah Rodgers 4 years, basically $59 million. I got to give Shada credit for this deal right here. Adoree Jackson, the best cornerback in this free agent class, signs a 2-year, $25 million contract. Not breaking the bank for the best corner available. Have him for 2 years. See what happens. I think this is a great acquisition by Shada and the Raiders. We talked about Joe Burrow leaving Cincinnati, so what does Ducky decide to do for a quarterback? Well, he does sign Kirk Cousins for 1 year, $18 million. I think Cousins is going to work perfect in his offense. He likes to dink and dunk, likes the screen pass, and he can still draft a quarterback and see if he can develop him. So it's draft day, baby, and I think this is almost every coach's favorite part of Madden, at least a league, trying to make that great draft pick or maybe trying to trade away to get a bona fide stud already, signing those last-minute free agents. Everybody's looking forward to season 2, seeing what your new squad that you've built can do. Me personally, we didn't have a whole lot of success in New York, went 5-12. However, I did beat 4 playoff teams. So there's something to say about that. Is maybe I'm not that great of a player. My record says so, but every once in a while I can beat a good squad. Now, I have a lot of holes to fill. We do have that 7th pick overall. Personally, I think I'm trading it. It's just what deal do I think is going to be the best? And we've got to do better because my team is low on morale. But 8 p.m. Eastern tonight, it's draft day. Peace.